everyday suspense, where every night begins with a new mystery. If you enjoy our stories, subscribe now so you never miss the next adventure. Now, get comfortable, close your eyes, and let tonight's story begin. Everyday suspense. Last time, Detective Noah Carter believed he was chasing a missing train. Then he discovered the train wasn't carrying passengers. It was carrying memories. He found his missing partner. He met an older version of himself. And just as the truth was about to unfold, a mysterious man stepped out of the darkness. A man known only as the passenger who never boarded. Tonight, everything changes, because the greatest mystery is no longer who disappeared. It's who is trying to erase every memory inside train number 9. If that man reaches the train, every passenger, every secret, and every person who ever existed inside Ashcroft Station will be forgotten forever. The final countdown has begun. The train is about to leave. And this time, not everyone will survive the journey. Welcome back to Ashcroft Station. Chapter 3, Part 1. The passenger who never boarded. The smile never left the stranger's face. He stood beneath the broken station lamp, motionless. The wind circled around him, but his coat never moved. The whistle faded. The platform became silent. Noah tightened his grip on the brass key. The golden symbols carved into its surface continued glowing softly. The stranger finally took another step. Not hurried, not threatening, calm. Every footstep echoed across the empty platform. Clack, clack, clack. The conductor immediately stepped off train number 9. For the first time, he left the train behind. His expression remained calm, but his eyes revealed something Noah had never seen before. Fear, real fear. The conductor quietly removed his pocket watch. The hands had stopped moving. He whispered, "He shouldn't exist." The archivist answered without taking his eyes off the stranger. "He doesn't." "Then why is he here?" "Because someone remembered him." The stranger stopped only 20 feet away. His face was still hidden beneath the darkness. Only his smile remained visible. Slowly, he lifted one empty hand. No weapon, no ticket, nothing. Then, every light inside Ashcroft Station exploded. Glass shattered across the platform. Darkness swallowed everything. Only 3 things continued glowing: the blue lantern, the brass key, and the stranger's eyes. They weren't white. They weren't black. They shimmered like polished silver. The little girl screamed. "Don't look into his eyes." Noah instinctively looked away. Too late. For a fraction of a second, their eyes met. Immediately, a memory flashed inside Noah's mind. Not his own. A crowded station. Hundreds of frightened passengers. A father desperately searching for his daughter. Smoke covering the tracks. A train leaving too early. Someone shouting, "Close the doors." Then, a terrible scream. The vision vanished. Noah dropped to one knee. His breathing became heavy. Daniel caught him. "What did you see?" Noah struggled to answer. "A disaster. A station. So many people." The archivist slowly nodded. "He's showing you what he wants you to remember." The stranger spoke for the first time. His voice sounded strangely familiar. Almost like Noah himself. "You remember more than the others." Noah stood. "Who are you?" The stranger smiled wider. "You've been asking the wrong question since the beginning. Then tell me the right one." The stranger tilted his head. "You shouldn't ask who I am. You should ask why I was erased." Silence spread across the platform. Even the train seemed to wait. The archivist quietly closed his eyes. "Don't answer him. He feeds on questions." The stranger laughed softly. "No. I feed on forgotten truth." He slowly removed a folded photograph from inside his coat. Old. Burned around the edges. He tossed it toward Noah. The photograph slid across the platform, stopping at Noah's feet. He picked it up. His heartbeat instantly quickened. The picture showed Ashcroft Station. Dozens of railway workers, passengers, children, station staff, and standing proudly in the center, the conductor beside him, the archivist beside them, Elias's father. Then, one more man. The stranger. His face had not been scratched away, not erased. He had once belonged there. Noah looked up. "You worked here?" The stranger answered calmly. "I built this station." Daniel frowned. "No, that's impossible. The station records say only one architect designed Ashcroft." The stranger's smile disappeared. "Exactly. They changed the records." The archivist looked toward the ground. For the first time, he said nothing. The silence itself became an answer. Noah slowly turned toward him. Is he telling the truth? Several long seconds passed. Finally, the archivist whispered, "Yes." Daniel stared in disbelief. "You knew? I wrote the correction, but not the original." Noah felt the ground beneath him becoming less certain. Every truth he had discovered had another truth hidden beneath it. The stranger stepped closer. "The train doesn't exist because of memories. It exists because of a promise." "What promise?" "A promise that should never have been broken." The brass key suddenly became hot enough to burn Noah's hand. The golden symbols rearranged themselves. Instead of numbers, a sentence appeared. "Open the first door. Asterisk, asterisk." Before Noah could react, a deep metallic rumble echoed beneath the platform. The ground shook violently. Cracks spread across the old concrete. Steam burst through the openings. The passengers inside train number 9 all turned their heads at once. Not toward Noah. Toward the center of the platform. The concrete collapsed. Slowly, silently, revealing a spiral staircase descending into Compel. Cold air rushed upward, carrying a smell Noah recognized immediately. Fresh rain, old paper, and burning coal. The stranger pointed toward the opening. That's where your first answer is waiting. Daniel stepped in front of Noah. No, we don't go down there. The stranger calmly replied. You already have. Noah frowned. What does that mean? The stranger looked directly into Noah's eyes. His silver gaze never blinked. You just don't remember it yet. The station speaker suddenly crackled. Not with an announcement. With static. Then, a familiar voice echoed across the platform. It wasn't Daniel. It wasn't the conductor. It wasn't the archivist. It was Noah's own voice. Calm. Older. Filled with regret. If you're hearing this, don't open the first door. The recording stopped. Every person on the platform froze. Even the stranger's smile faded. Noah stared at the dark staircase. His own future had just warned him not to continue. Yet, the brass key in his hand continued glowing, as though it wanted exactly the opposite. Chapter 3, Part 2. The frisk door. No one moved. The spiral staircase lay open beneath the platform like the mouth of an ancient tunnel. Noah stared at the darkness below. His own voice still echoed inside his mind. Don't open the first door. Daniel stood beside him. You heard it. Noah nodded. It was my voice. Daniel looked down the staircase. I heard the same warning 11 months ago. You came down here? Yes. And I ignored it. The stranger smiled. Curiosity has always been stronger than fear. The brass key suddenly floated slightly above Noah's palm. Golden light spread across the stone walls. Hidden symbols appeared, carved into the staircase. Each step carried a different date. 1952, 1968, 1976, 1989, 2007, 2019, 2026. The archivist quietly spoke. Every date marks someone who opened the first door. Noah slowly descended. The others followed. The air became colder with every step. After nearly 50 steps, the staircase ended before a massive circular chamber. 7 enormous iron doors stood in a perfect circle. Each door carried a different symbol. A clock, a train, a raven, a lantern, a key, a mirror, and one completely blank door. The glowing key flew from Noah's hand. It stopped in front of the door marked with the key symbol. A loud metallic click echoed. The lock unlocked by itself. Daniel immediately stepped forward. Noah, don't. Before anyone could stop him, the door slowly opened. Inside, there was no room. Only a narrow hallway lit by hundreds of candles. At the far end, a small wooden chair faced the wall. Someone was sitting there, motionless. Noah walked forward carefully. Who's there? The figure slowly stood. Turned around. Noah froze. It wasn't an old man. It wasn't another version of himself. It was a little boy, about 10 years old. The boy smiled. Hello, detective. Noah frowned. Do I know you? The child nodded. You did, but then you forgot. Before Noah could speak again, the boy reached into his pocket and pulled out an old silver whistle. exactly like the one Noah had found beside the railway tracks on the first night. "I've been waiting a very long time to give this back to you." The moment Noah reached for the whistle, every candle inside the hallway went out. Darkness swallowed the room. Then, a child's laughter echoed from somewhere behind him. But this time, it wasn't the little boy. There was someone else, standing in the darkness. Chapter 3, Part 2. The first door. No one moved. The spiral staircase waited beneath the shattered platform. The cold air rising from below carried a strange whisper. Not words, just voices. Hundreds of them, speaking all at once. Noah looked at the glowing brass key, then at the dark staircase. His own recorded voice had warned him, "Don't open the first door." But the key continued pulling him forward, almost like it knew where it belonged. Daniel stepped beside him. "If you go down there, there may be no way back." Noah asked quietly, "Have you ever been down there?" Daniel didn't answer immediately. Then he whispered, "Once." "What did you find?" Daniel looked into the darkness. "I found a room full of doors." "How many?" "I stopped counting after 100. The archivist slowly nodded. "They're not ordinary doors. They're memories." The stranger smiled again. "Not memories. Choices." Before anyone could speak again, a loud metallic bang echoed from below. Then another. Bang, bang, bang. It sounded as though someone, or something, was knocking on a massive iron door deep underground. The little girl clutched Noah's coat. "He's awake." Noah looked down at her. "Who?" She slowly shook her head. "I don't know his name. But every time the knocking starts, someone disappears." The platform trembled again. Dust fell from the ceiling. The knocking became louder, slower, more powerful. Bang, bang, bang. Noah took a deep breath. Then, without saying another word, he stepped onto the spiral staircase. The darkness below swallowed him, and the knocking stopped. Chapter 3, Part 3. The Hall of Doors. The knocking stopped, not because whoever stood behind the iron door had left, but because it knew someone was coming. Noah continued down the spiral staircase. Each step echoed through the darkness. Behind him, Daniel followed with the blue lantern. Edward came next. The archivist walked in silence. Only the mysterious stranger remained above, watching without moving. The staircase seemed endless. 20 steps. 40. 80. More than 100. Yet the bottom never appeared. Then, without warning, the last step arrived. Noah's boots touched cold stone. The air felt different, heavier, older. The lantern revealed a vast circular chamber carved into solid rock. The walls were covered with hundreds of iron doors. Every door carried a brass number. 001, 002, 003, 004. The numbers continued around the chamber until they disappeared into darkness. Noah slowly turned in a circle. "There are hundreds," The archivist quietly corrected him. No, there are exactly 999. Daniel whispered. I only saw a few. The archivist nodded. The first time. Everyone sees fewer. A sudden metallic click echoed across the chamber. One of the doors, door 017, slowly unlocked by itself. No one touched it. The brass key inside Noah's pocket became warm again. Golden light escaped through the fabric of his coat. Edward took one nervous step back. It chose you. Noah removed the key. The number carved into its head, 9, had changed. Now it showed 17. His heartbeat quickened. Why does it keep changing? The archivist answered. Because the key doesn't open places. It opens moments. Before Noah could ask another question, a child's laughter echoed from behind door 017. The same laughter he had heard beneath the concert hall. Soft, But this isn't the first door. It's 17. The archivist slowly smiled. For you, it is the first. Silence filled the chamber. Noah looked at the brass key, then at the lock. The key fit perfectly, without force, without resistance. He stopped. His own recorded warning echoed inside his mind. Don't open the first door. Asterisk, asterisk. His fingers tightened. The chamber suddenly grew colder. The lantern flame shrank. A whisper drifted across the room. Not from behind the door. From every other door. Hundreds of voices. Speaking Noah's name. Quietly. Patiently. Noah, Noah, Noah. Daniel covered his ears. Edward shut his eyes. Only the archivist remained calm. They're trying to be remembered. The whispers became louder. Some voices sounded young, some old, some frightened, some angry. Then, one voice stood out. A woman, gentle, familiar. Noah. Don't leave me again. He froze. His breathing stopped. He knew that voice, but he couldn't remember from where. The stranger's words returned to him. He feeds on forgotten truth. Noah slowly placed the key into the lock. Click. The entire chamber shook. Every numbered door rattled at once. Chains clanged against stone walls. Dust rained from the ceiling. Daniel shouted, "Take it out." But it was too late. The key began turning by itself. Slowly. 1/4 turn. Then another. A deep mechanical sound echoed beneath the floor. The lock released. Clunk. The iron door moved. Only an inch. A warm light escaped through the narrow opening. Not blue, not white. Golden. Peaceful. Beautiful. Noah cautiously looked inside. He didn't see monsters. He didn't see ghosts. He saw a small wooden house beside a quiet lake. A little boy running through tall grass. A man laughing. A woman standing on the porch, waving. The little boy turned toward Noah and smiled. It was Noah himself. At 6 years old. Then the child suddenly stopped smiling. He looked directly at the older Noah, as if he could truly see him. And in a frightened voice he whispered, "Why did you forget us?" The golden light instantly vanished. The iron door slammed shut with an earth-shaking crash. The key shot out of the lock. Noah stumbled backward. His heart pounded violently. The chamber fell completely silent. No whispers, no knocking, nothing. Only the archivist quietly saying, "You've just opened your first forgotten memory." Then, somewhere in the darkness, another door unlocked by itself. Chapter 3, Part 4. Doot 143. The sound came from the opposite side of the chamber. Click. Then another. Click. Another lock had released. Noah slowly turned. This time, it wasn't door 017. It was door 143. Unlike the others, its surface was covered with deep scratches, as if someone had desperately tried to escape from the inside. The brass number looked burned. Black smoke drifted from the edges of the frame. Daniel's face immediately turned pale. No, that door should never open. Edward tightened his grip on the blue lantern. What is behind it? Daniel didn't answer. The archivist quietly replied, "A memory that refused to die." Before anyone could move, the iron door creaked open by itself. Only a few inches. Complete darkness waited beyond it. No golden light. No voices. Only darkness. Then, a hand slowly reached through the opening. Thin, covered in soot. Its fingers trembled as they searched the air. The little girl gasped. "He's coming out." The hand grabbed the edge of the doorway. Another hand appeared. Then, a man slowly stepped into the chamber. His clothes were burned. His face was stained with ash. One side of his coat was torn away. Yet, he stood perfectly straight. He looked around the chamber as if seeing it for the first time. Then his eyes stopped on Noah. "You?" His voice was rough. "I know you." Noah frowned. "We've never met." The burned man smiled sadly. "You just don't remember." The chamber suddenly became colder. The man's shadow stretched unnaturally across the stone floor. Not behind him. Toward Noah. Daniel instinctively pulled Noah back. "Don't let his shadow touch yours." "Why?" "Because it steals memories." The burned man sighed. "They always say that. I don't steal memories. I return them." The archivist stepped forward for the first time. "You shouldn't have left your door." "I didn't leave." The burned man calmly answered. "You opened it." His eyes shifted toward Noah. "You unlocked my prison." Noah looked down at the brass key. Its golden glow had faded. Now it pulsed with a faint crimson light. The burned man noticed. "The key remembers you. It has been waiting." "For what?" The man slowly raised one finger and pointed toward the ceiling. "For the final door." Silence. Noah looked around. There are only walls. The burned man shook his head. "No. There is one more door. You simply can't see it yet." Suddenly, The chamber echoed with another metallic sound. Not one lock. Dozens. Click, 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 across the circular walls. More iron doors began unlocking one after another. Door 056. Door 211. Door 389. Door 602. Door 771. The echoes merged into one terrifying chorus. Daniel whispered, "It's happening too soon." The archivist closed his eyes. The chamber has awakened. A cold wind rushed through every open crack. The lantern flickered violently. The whispers returned. But this time, they weren't calling Noah's name. They were all repeating the same sentence. "Open the last door. Open the last door. Open the last door." The burned man's smile disappeared. He looked directly into Noah's eyes. "You have very little time. Because once all 999 doors open, there will be no memories left to protect." The chamber shook violently. And somewhere high above them, train number 9 blew a whistle so loud that dust rained from the ceiling like gray snow. Chapter 3, Part 6. The men with the same face. The footsteps grew louder, slow, perfectly synchronized. Noah raised the lantern. The light reached the top of the spiral staircase, and his heart nearly stopped. One man stepped into the light. Then another. Then another. Every one of them had the same face. The same eyes. The same height. The same scar above the left eyebrow. Every one of them was Noah Carter. Edward whispered, "This can't be real." Daniel lowered his pistol. "No. I've seen this before." The first Noah slowly walked down the stairs. Unlike the others, his clothes were different. He wore an old detective's coat covered in dust. His face looked exhausted. He stopped only a few feet away. Then quietly asked, "Which attempt are you?" Silence. Noah frowned. "What do you mean?" The man smiled sadly. "You don't even remember." Behind him, more Noahs continued descending. One wore a railway uniform. Another wore military clothes. Another had blood covering one side of his face. Another walked with a broken cane. Each looked older, or younger, but they all shared the same eyes. The burned man closed his own eyes. They finally returned. The archivist whispered, "These are not copies. They're possibilities." Noah looked confused. "Possibilities?" The archivist nodded. "Every choice you could have made. Every life you could have lived. Every version of you exists somewhere inside the station." The detective Noah laughed quietly. "I tried to destroy the train." The soldier Noah said, "I tried to protect it." The railway Noah whispered, "I became its conductor." Another Noah stepped forward. His hands were stained with ink. "I wrote the rules." Then one more appeared. His face was pale. His eyes completely empty. "I remembered nothing." And everyone died. The chamber fell silent. Noah felt his breathing grow heavier. Every version of himself stared back at him. Not with hatred, Not with anger. With pity. The detective Noah reached into his pocket. He removed a folded newspaper. Yellow with age. He handed it to Noah. The headline read, Ashcroft Station Disaster ***, 217 passengers missing, without a trace ***. Noah's hands trembled. This never happened, the detective answered. It did. Just not in your memory. Before Noah could ask another question, the newspaper slowly turned into ash. It slipped through his fingers, vanishing into the cold air. The lantern suddenly flickered. 1, 2, 3 times. Then every version of Noah looked toward the same place. The ceiling. A deep metallic groan echoed above them. Train number 9. The burned man whispered, "It's leaving." Daniel looked terrified. No. If the train leaves now, the final door will never stay closed. Suddenly, every Noah spoke together. Their voices became one. You have one chance. Find the first passenger before the last door opens. The chamber shook violently. A massive crack spread across the ceiling. Stone began falling around them. Then, a single iron key dropped from above. It landed directly at Noah's feet. Unlike the others, this key wasn't brass. It was made of black metal, and engraved on it was only one word: beginning. Chapter 3, Part 7, The Key of Beginning. The black key lay silently on the cold stone floor. Unlike the golden keys, it gave off no light, no warmth, only a strange feeling. As if it had been waiting for Noah alone. He slowly bent down. The moment his fingers touched the key, the entire chamber disappeared. Darkness. Complete darkness. No sound. No footsteps. No train. Nothing. Then, a child's voice echoed somewhere ahead. "You're late." A tiny light appeared. Noah walked toward it. The darkness slowly faded. He found himself standing on an old railway platform. Bright sunlight, fresh air, children laughing, families waiting beside the tracks. Everything looked peaceful. Above the station entrance hung a polished wooden sign. Ashcroft Station, October 17th, 1986. Noah stared at the date. This is the past. People walked straight through him. None of them could see him. He wasn't there. He was only watching. A young station master hurried across the platform. Behind him walked a smiling engineer carrying blueprints. Noah immediately recognized him. The mysterious stranger. But he looked younger. Hopeful. Alive. He wasn't smiling the way he did now. He looked proud. Beside him stood another man. The archivist, only he wasn't an archivist yet. He wore an engineer's uniform and held rolled up maps. The two men laughed together while pointing toward the unfinished railway. Noah whispered. They were friends. A familiar voice answered behind him. They were brothers. Noah spun around. Standing a few feet away was the older version of himself. The same one from the final carriage. He folded his arms. Everything you believed started with a lie. The scene below continued. Children ran across the platform. Workers celebrated. Someone hung a banner that read, "GRAND opening ceremony." The older Noah pointed toward the crowd. "Watch carefully." A little girl suddenly ran onto the tracks. She was chasing a white rabbit. People laughed. No one noticed. Then, a whistle. A real train approached. Fast. Too fast. The younger engineer saw the child first. He threw away his blueprints and sprinted toward the tracks. The archivist followed him. Passengers began screaming. The train horn roared. The little girl froze. The engineer reached her, pushed her clear, but he couldn't save himself. The impact shook the station. Everything became silent. Noah closed his eyes. When he opened them again, the platform was empty. The celebration was gone. Only blood-stained blueprints remained beside the rails. The older Noah spoke quietly. That was the first forgotten hero. The records were changed. His name was erased. The station survived, but the truth did not. Noah looked down at the black key. It had become warm. Tiny silver letters slowly appeared across its surface. "Return the name." Before Noah could understand what it meant, a deafening scream echoed across the abandoned station. Not from the tracks. From inside the station building. Someone shouted, "He's waking up." The older Noah's expression changed instantly. "We're out of time." The peaceful station began cracking apart. The sky turned black. Windows shattered. The platform dissolved into darkness. Noah felt the ground disappear beneath his feet. He was falling straight back toward the Hall of Doors. As he crashed onto the stone floor, Daniel grabbed his arm. "Noah, you were gone." Edward looked terrified. "You disappeared for almost 5 minutes." Noah looked around. Everyone was still there. The burned man, the archivist, the other Noahs. But one thing had changed. Every iron door in the chamber now stood open, and from every doorway, someone was quietly walking out. Chapter 3, Part 8. The Ones Who Returned. The chamber fell completely silent. Every iron door now stood open. Slowly, one figure stepped out. Then another. Then another. None of them looked like monsters. None carried weapons. They looked like ordinary people. An elderly woman holding a faded photograph. A young soldier clutching a broken compass. A doctor with dried blood on his sleeves. A little boy carrying a wooden train. Each walked calmly into the center of the chamber. No one spoke. The burned man whispered, "They've returned." Noah frowned. "Who are they?" The archivist answered quietly, "The forgotten. Not ghosts. Not spirits. They're the memories that never found their way home." Suddenly, the little boy stopped walking. He looked directly at Noah. "Have you seen my father?" His voice was innocent, almost hopeful. Before Noah could answer, the boy slowly faded into gray dust. The wooden train dropped onto the floor. The dust drifted upward and vanished. Edward stared in disbelief. What happened? The archivist lowered his head. Someone forgot him. The chamber grew colder. One by one, the people leaving the doors began disappearing. An old woman smiled, then vanished. The doctor reached out, then dissolved into ash. The soldier whispered, "I finally remember," before he disappeared forever. Noah clenched his fists. There has to be a way to save them. There is, the burned man replied. But every memory returned takes another memory away. Noah turned sharply. What does that mean? The burned man pointed toward the ceiling. The train cannot carry endless memories. When one returns, another must take its place. At that exact moment, Daniel suddenly staggered backward. He pressed both hands against his head. "No, no," Edward rushed to him. "Daniel." Daniel looked up. His eyes were filled with panic. "I can't remember." My wife's face. Silence. He closed his eyes tightly, trying to remember, trying to hold on, but nothing came, only emptiness. The little girl slowly began crying. "It's happening." The archivist's voice became firm. "The balance has begun." Noah looked at the black key. The words on it had changed again. Now it read, "One name for another." A loud metallic boom shook the chamber. Every lantern went dark. Only a single beam of pale light shone from the far end of the room. Hidden behind the last row of open doors, a gigantic black gate slowly emerged from the darkness. It was far larger than any other door. Its surface was covered with thousands of carved names. Some names were bright, others were slowly fading away. At the very center, one empty space remained, large enough for one final name. The burned man looked at Noah. His voice was almost a whisper. "The last door is finally awake." Chapter 3, Part 9. The Last Name. The black gate continued rising. Stone scraped against stone. The sound echoed through the hall of doors like distant thunder. Noah couldn't take his eyes off it. Thousands of names covered the surface. Some glowed with a soft golden light. Others slowly faded, letter by letter, until they disappeared forever. Daniel stepped closer. His face had grown pale. "I know this gate." The archivist looked at him. "You've seen it before?" Daniel nodded slowly. "I just remembered. I was here, the night my memories were taken." Noah turned. "You never told me." "I couldn't. I didn't remember." The little girl walked toward the gate. She gently placed her hand against the cold stone. Immediately, hundreds of names lit up at once. A warm breeze swept through the chamber. Soft voices filled the air. Not screams, not whispers. Laughter. Children laughing. Families talking. Train conductors calling departures. For one beautiful moment, the station sounded alive again. Then, a loud crack split the silence. One glowing name suddenly turned black. Another disappeared. Then another. The laughter faded. The warmth vanished. The burned man closed his eyes. The gate is running out of names. Noah frowned. What happens when the last one disappears? No one answered. Instead, the giant gate slowly opened. Only a few inches. A blinding white light poured into the chamber. It wasn't painful. It was peaceful, almost inviting. Inside, Noah could see countless railway platforms stretching into the distance. Hundreds of trains waited in perfect silence. Every clock showed a different time. Every platform held people frozen in a single moment, waiting for someone who never arrived. At the center of it all stood a single empty bench. Above it hung an old station sign. Platform 0. Edward whispered. "I've never heard of Platform 0. The archivist answered quietly. "Because no one is supposed to remember it." Suddenly, the black key in Noah's hand began to shake. The engraved word asterisk beginning asterisk disappeared. A new word slowly formed. Return. At that exact moment, a calm voice echoed from inside the white light. Noah. He froze. He knew that voice. Not Daniel. Not the archivist. His father. Noah, if you come any closer, there may be no way back. Tears filled Noah's eyes. He hadn't heard that voice since he was a child. He took one slow step toward the gate. Then another. The light grew brighter. The chamber behind him faded into darkness. Daniel reached out. Noah, but his voice sounded far away. The white light continued calling him forward. And just before Noah crossed the threshold, he noticed something carved into the empty bench. 3 simple words. Welcome home, Detective. Chapter 3, Part 10, Platform 0. The words carved into the bench refused to leave Noah's mind. Welcome home, Detective. He stopped. The white light surrounding Platform 0 became strangely quiet. There were no station announcements, no train whistles, no footsteps, only silence. A silence so deep, he could hear his own heartbeat. Thump, thump, thump. Behind him, Daniel's voice echoed faintly. Noah, don't cross the line. Noah looked down. A thin white line stretched across the platform floor. On the other side, everything looked brighter, warmer, almost peaceful. An old man sat alone on the bench. Gray coat, black hat. A newspaper rested on his lap. He slowly folded it and smiled. I've been expecting you. Noah frowned. Who are you? The old man stood. You've asked that question many times, but never the right person. He held out his hand. I'm the first passenger. The chamber behind Noah suddenly shook. Daniel froze. The first passenger. The legend is true. The archivist lowered his head respectfully. Even the burned man took a step back. The old man looked ordinary. No glowing eyes. No mysterious shadow. Nothing frightening. Yet everyone feared him. Noah carefully asked, "Were you the first person to ride train number 9? The old man smiled. No. I was the first person who refused to leave it. Silence. The words echoed through Platform 0. The old man slowly pointed toward a train standing nearby. Unlike train number 9, this locomotive was completely white. Its windows reflected memories instead of faces. Children laughing. families embracing, friends reunited. Noah couldn't look away. What train is that? The return train. It carries only one thing. What? The old man's smile faded. Second chances. At that moment, the black key became too hot to hold. Noah dropped it. Instead of hitting the ground, it floated, turning slowly in the air. A beam of black light shot upward. The light struck the station clock above Platform 0. The frozen hands began moving again. Tick, 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 backward. The first passenger looked up. His calm expression disappeared. It's starting. Noah felt the platform tremble. Hairline cracks spread beneath the white line. From the darkness beyond the tracks, a low growl echoed through the station. Not human, not mechanical. Something ancient, something enormous. The burned man whispered. He found Platform 0. Daniel raised his pistol instinctively. The archivist closed his book. The first passenger looked directly into Noah's eyes. His voice became urgent. Listen carefully. If the thing beneath the station reaches this platform, every memory will vanish. Noah took one slow step forward. What is it? The old man answered with only 3 words. The last conductor. Suddenly, a gigantic shadow rose from beneath the tracks. 2 burning eyes opened in the darkness, and the entire station went silent. Chapter 3, Part 11. The Last Conductor. The silence lasted only a second. Then, the tracks beneath Platform 0 exploded. Iron twisted upward. Stone shattered across the platform. A massive shadow slowly pulled itself from the darkness below. It wasn't a train. It wasn't a man. It was both. A towering figure wrapped in a conductor's coat made of torn black smoke. Rusted chains hung from his shoulders. His face remained hidden beneath a cracked conductor's cap. Only 2 burning amber eyes glowed beneath the brim. Every step he took caused the rails to bend. The white train behind the first passenger trembled violently. Passengers inside looked out through the windows. Not in fear, in sadness. The first passenger whispered. He remembers every name, except his own. The creature stopped, its burning eyes fixed on Noah. Then, it slowly raised one hand. In its palm rested an old railway ticket, burned around the edges. The name printed across it had almost disappeared. Only one word remained. Carter. Noah felt the black key begin to vibrate again. The ticket in the creature's hand suddenly burst into black ash. The ash drifted through the air and circled Noah like smoke. Images flooded his mind. A child crying beside empty railway tracks. A detective standing in heavy rain. A notebook filled with names that had been crossed out. A man promising, "I'll bring everyone home." Noah staggered backward. His chest tightened. "I've been here before." The archivist looked at him carefully. "Yes, you just remembered your promise." The last conductor let out a deep, mournful whistle. It wasn't loud. It sounded lonely, as if it had been calling for someone. For decades, the white train answered with its own soft whistle. For a brief moment, the two sounds blended together, one filled with hope, the other with endless regret. The first passenger stepped in front of Noah. "Whatever happens, don't let him take your name." Noah frowned. "My name?" The old man nodded. "If he remembers your name, he'll forget his own." A cold wind swept across Platform 0. The amber eyes of the last conductor slowly dimmed. Then, for the first time, he spoke. His voice sounded broken, as though it hadn't been used in years. "Tell me, who was I?" No one answered. Not Daniel. Not the archivist. Not even the burned man. The creature lowered its head. A single tear, dark as ink, fell onto the tracks. Where it landed, the rust disappeared. Flowers began growing between the rails. Noah stared in disbelief. The burned man whispered, "He isn't destroying the station. He's searching for himself." The first passenger closed his eyes. And if no one remembers, he will become the final forgotten soul. At that exact moment, the station clock struck once. A deep metallic chime echoed across every platform. Then, far beyond the white train, another whistle answered. Not train number 9. Not the return train. A third train was approaching through the mist. Chapter 3, Part 12. The third train. The distant whistle grew louder. Long. Cold. Unlike anything Noah had heard before. The mist beyond Platform 0 began to move. Not because of the wind, but because something enormous was passing through it. The rails started trembling. The white train remained still. Train number 9 answered with another whistle. For the first time, the two trains seemed afraid. Daniel slowly looked toward the darkness. His hands were shaking. "No, it can't be." Edward frowned. "What is it?" Daniel whispered. "There were never supposed to be 3 trains." The first passenger closed his eyes. There weren't. There were only 2. The third one was never built. The fog suddenly split apart. A black locomotive rolled silently onto the tracks. No steam. No lights. No sound from its wheels. It moved as if it were floating. Every window was completely dark. Not a single passenger could be seen inside. Across the front of the engine, one sentence had been carved into the iron. No destination. Noah felt a chill run through his body. The last conductor slowly turned toward the new train. For the first time, his burning eyes showed fear. The burned man took a step backward. "I've only heard stories." The archivist finished the sentence. "Because no one survives seeing it twice." The black train stopped. Its doors opened together. Clang, clang, clang. Complete silence followed. Then, footsteps. One person stepped onto the platform. A woman wearing a long gray coat. Her face was hidden beneath a veil. She carried no suitcase, no ticket, only an old pocket watch hanging from a silver chain. The watch moved backward. Tick, tick, tick. Noah's heart pounded. He had seen that watch before. The mysterious figure inside the last carriage of train number 9 had carried the same watch. The woman slowly raised her head, though Noah still couldn't see her face. She spoke his name. "Detective Carter. We've been waiting." The first passenger immediately stepped in front of Noah. "Don't answer. If she speaks your full name, she can erase it." The woman laughed softly. A calm, almost comforting laugh. "I haven't come to erase him. I've come to remind him." She slowly opened her hand. Inside her palm rested a small silver badge. A detective's badge. The name engraved across it made Noah's breath stop. Noah Carter. But beneath the name was another line. Missing. October 17, 1986. Noah stared at it in disbelief. "That's impossible. I wasn't even born." The woman finally lifted her veil. Everyone froze. Daniel's eyes widened. Edward dropped the lantern. Even the last conductor stepped back. The woman's face was identical to Noah's mother. She looked at Noah with tears in her eyes, then quietly whispered, "My son, it's time to remember who you really are." Chapter 3, Part 13. The Name He Lost. Noah couldn't breathe. His eyes remained fixed on the woman's face. It was impossible. Every photograph he had ever seen of his mother, every memory he still carried, matched the woman standing before him. She took one slow step forward. Tears shimmered in her eyes. "You've grown, even though you don't remember." Daniel immediately stepped between them. "Don't come any closer." The woman stopped. "I don't want to hurt him." The first passenger looked at Noah. She may be telling the truth, or she may be the station's greatest illusion. Noah swallowed hard. "If you're really my mother, tell me something only she would know." The woman smiled faintly. "When you were 6 years old, you were afraid of thunderstorms. So every time it rained, you counted to 9 before falling asleep." Noah froze. No one knew that. Not Daniel. Not Edward. Not even he. At least, not until this moment. The memory rushed back like a flood. A warm bedroom. Rain tapping against the window. A gentle voice saying, 1, 2, 3, until 9. His mother kissed his forehead, then whispered, "No train can find you while you're counting." The memory shattered. Noah staggered backward. His knees nearly gave way. "I remember." The black key suddenly slipped from his hand. Instead of falling, it floated into the air. A beam of silver light burst from it and struck the detective badge. The badge cracked down the middle. Hidden inside was an old black and white photograph. Noah picked it up. His heart pounded. The picture showed a family standing in front of Ashcroft Station. A smiling woman, a young railway engineer, and a little boy. The little boy was Noah, but the man beside him wasn't his father. It was the mysterious stranger, the one who had claimed he helped build the station. "No," Noah whispered. "That's impossible." The woman slowly nodded. "He wasn't the villain. He was your father." The chamber fell silent. Daniel stared at the photograph. The archivist quietly closed his eyes. Even the last conductor lowered his head. Noah's hands trembled uncontrollably. Then, who was the man who raised me? The woman answered softly. A man trying to protect you. After the fire, your real name had to disappear. A loud rumble shook Platform 0. The third train released another long whistle. Its doors slowly began closing. The woman looked toward the black locomotive. They're leaving. If you don't remember everything now, the truth will leave with them. At that exact moment, the last conductor slowly lifted his head. His burning eyes faded. For the first time, a human voice escaped his lips, barely louder than a whisper. I remember. Then he looked directly at Noah and spoke a single name. Samuel. Noah's blood ran cold, because somehow, deep inside, he knew that wasn't someone else's name. It had once been his own. Train 09, Chapter 3, Part 14. The sound of the old train continued echoing through the darkness. No one could understand how Train 09 was still moving after being abandoned for so many years. Arian stood beside the window, staring outside. There was nothing. No station. No houses. No lights. Only a never-ending darkness surrounding the train. But the most frightening thing was not the darkness. It was the fact that the train was moving toward a place that did not exist on any map. The passengers inside the train remained silent. Everyone was hiding something. Everyone seemed to know more than they were saying. Arian slowly walked back to his seat and looked at the old ticket in his hand. The date printed on it was impossible. It showed a journey date from 30 years ago. But the ticket had been given to him only a few hours earlier. Suddenly, the train lights started flickering. Once. Twice. Then everything went completely dark. A strange sound came from the last compartment. A sound like someone knocking on the metal door. 3 slow knocks. Knock. 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 Everyone inside the train froze. Because the last compartment was supposed to be empty. The old conductor had warned them before entering the train. Never open the door of the final compartment. Arian remembered those words. But now, someone was inside. The knocking continued. Arian slowly stood up. Where are you going? One of the passengers asked with fear in his voice. Arian looked toward the dark hallway. I need to know what is inside. He walked forward step by step. The lights above him continued blinking. As he reached the final compartment, he saw something written on the door. A message. Freshly written. It said, "Don't trust the person sitting in your seat." Arian's heart started beating faster. Slowly, he turned around. Everyone was still sitting where they were. But then he noticed something impossible. His own seat was already occupied. A man wearing the same clothes as Arian was sitting there. The stranger looked at him and smiled. Then he said, "You finally found me." Arian couldn't move. Because the man sitting in his seat was him. To be continued. Chapter 3, Part 15. Chapter 3, Part 15. Arian stood there, unable to move. The man sitting in his seat was looking at him with the same face, the same eyes, and the same expression. It was like looking into a mirror. But this was not a reflection. This was another person. Arian slowly whispered, "Who are you?" The man smiled. A strange, calm smile. "I am the person you were supposed to become." Everyone inside the train looked at them in confusion. Nobody understood what was happening. The other passengers could see two Aryans standing in front of them. The stranger slowly stood up from the seat. "I know you have many questions." Aryan stepped back. "How can you look exactly like me?" The stranger looked toward the dark window. "Because Train 09 does not take people to places. It takes people to moments." Aryan's eyes widened. The words made no sense. But somewhere deep inside, he felt that the stranger was telling the truth. The train suddenly shook violently. The lights turned red. A loud announcement echoed through the speakers. "Warning! Train 09 has reached the forgotten timeline." Everyone became silent. Forgotten timeline. What did that mean? The old conductor appeared from the front compartment. His face looked more serious than ever. He looked at Aryan and said, "You were never supposed to see him." Aryan turned toward the conductor. "Who is he?" The conductor looked at the stranger. Then he slowly answered, "He is the passenger who disappeared from Train 09 30 years ago." Aryan felt a cold wave pass through his body. Because the missing passenger had his face. The stranger walked closer and whispered, "You think you boarded this train by accident. But the truth is, you were the reason this train started again." Suddenly, the train stopped. For the first time since the journey began. Outside the window, a station appeared. But there was something impossible about it. The sign on the platform showed the name, Station 0, a station that did not exist. A station that was erased from history. The doors of Train 09 slowly opened. The conductor looked at everyone and said one sentence. "Whoever leaves here will never return as the same person." Aryan looked at the mysterious station. Then he looked at his own double standing beside him. And he realized the real journey had only just begun. To be continued. Chapter 3 Part 16. The doors of Train 09 remained open. Cold air from the mysterious Station 0 entered the train, carrying a strange smell. It was not the smell of an abandoned station. It was the smell of something that was still alive. Aryan stood near the door, looking outside. The platform was covered with a thin layer of fog. Old lamps were hanging above the station. But their lights were flickering like they had not been turned on for decades. The name written on the sign was still visible. Station 0. A place that was never supposed to exist. Aryan looked back at the passengers. Everyone was afraid. Nobody wanted to step outside. But the stranger who looked exactly like Aryan walked toward the door without hesitation. "Wait!" Aryan shouted. The stranger stopped. Aryan stared at him. "How do you know this place?" The stranger slowly turned around. "Because I have been here before." Aryan's expression changed. "Before?" The stranger nodded. 30 years ago. Train 09 stopped at this station for the first time. The old conductor lowered his eyes. It was clear that he knew the truth. Arian noticed it immediately. "You knew about this." The conductor remained silent. "You knew everything from the beginning, didn't you?" The old man finally looked at him. "I knew that one day you would come." Arian felt a strange fear inside his chest. "Why me?" The conductor looked at the old ticket in Arian's hand. "Because that ticket was never meant for a passenger. It was an invitation." The words made Arian confused. An invitation? To what? The stranger stepped onto the platform. "You have been searching for answers your entire life. But you never asked the most important question." Arian looked at him. "What question?" The stranger smiled. "Who were you before you became Arian?" The moment he heard those words, a strange pain passed through Arian's head. Suddenly, flashes of memories appeared. A dark railway tunnel. A child standing beside an old train. A voice calling his name. But the memory disappeared before he could understand it. Arian held his head. What was that? The stranger looked at him seriously. "Your forgotten memory." The other passengers watched silently. Nobody understood what was happening. But they could feel that Arian's past was connected to Train 09. Suddenly, a sound came from the station. A distant whistle. Everyone turned toward the darkness. Another train was approaching. But it was impossible. There were no other tracks. Only one railway line existed at Station 0. Yet another train was coming. Slowly, a black train appeared from the fog. There were no lights. No sound from the engine. Only the movement of the wheels. The old conductor became terrified. For the first time, Arian saw fear on his face. "What is that?" Arian asked. The conductor whispered. "The first train 09. Everyone became silent. Arian looked at the train approaching the platform. The number written on its front was clear. 09. But this train looked older. Much older. The stranger beside him spoke quietly. "That is the train that started everything." The black train stopped beside them. Its doors opened. Inside was complete darkness. Then suddenly, a voice came from inside. "Arian." Everyone froze. Because the voice sounded exactly like Arian. The voice called again. "Arian, come back home." Arian looked at the stranger beside him. The stranger looked worried. "Do not enter that train." "Why?" The stranger replied. "Because inside that train, you will find the truth." Arian stared into the darkness. "And what happens if I find the truth?" The stranger slowly answered. "You will discover that Train 09 was never carrying passengers. It was carrying memories." Arian stood silently between two trains. One was the Train 09 that brought him here. The other was the first Train 09 that disappeared 30 years ago. And somewhere inside the darkness, his own voice was waiting for him. To be continued. Chapter 3. Chapter 3 Part 17. Arian stood between the two trains, unable to decide which direction to move. Behind him was the Train 09 that brought him to Station 0. In front of him was the first train 09. The train that disappeared 30 years ago. The train that was never supposed to exist. The voice from inside the dark train called his name again. Arian. The sound echoed through the empty station. It was not just a voice. It felt like a memory. A memory that had been locked away inside his mind for years. Arian looked at the old conductor. "Tell me the truth." The conductor looked away. "You already know the truth." "No," Arian replied firmly. "I only know pieces. I need the whole story." The old man remained silent for a long time. Then he finally spoke. 30 years ago, Train 09 was not an ordinary train. It was created for a special purpose. Arian stared at him. "What purpose?" The conductor looked at the black train. "To find people who lost something important." Everyone on the platform became confused. "Lost something?" The conductor nodded. "Not money. Not possessions. Something deeper. Their memories." Arian felt a cold feeling inside. The stranger who looked like him stepped closer. "That is why you are here." Arian looked at him. "What did I lose?" The stranger did not answer immediately. Instead, he pointed toward the old train. "You lost the most important part of yourself." Arian slowly walked toward the first train 09. Every step felt heavier. The closer he got, the more memories started returning. A little boy sitting beside a train window. A woman crying while holding his hand. A man wearing the same conductor uniform. And a terrible accident. The image disappeared suddenly. Arian stopped. His breathing became faster. "I remember." Everyone looked at him. "What do you remember?" Nabil asked. Arian looked terrified. "I was on this train before." The station became completely silent. The stranger nodded. "Yes, you were not a passenger who found train 09. You were the first passenger of train 09. Arian stepped back. "No. That is impossible." The stranger looked at him. "You were only a child when it happened." The train disappeared. Everyone inside was forgotten. Except you. Arian looked at the old conductor. "Then why don't I remember?" The conductor's eyes became filled with sadness. "Because we had to erase your memories." "Why?" The old man looked toward the darkness inside the train. "Because you saw something that no human was supposed to see." Suddenly, the lights of Station 0 started flickering. The black train 09 began making strange sounds. The doors started closing slowly. The stranger grabbed Arian's arm. "You have to leave." Arian looked at him. "But I need answers." The stranger's expression became serious. "Answers come with a price." "What price?" The stranger looked directly into his eyes. "You may remember everything, but you may lose who you are now." The doors of the old train were almost closed. Inside the darkness, something moved. A figure appeared near the window. Arian froze. Because the person standing there was a younger version of himself. A child. The child looked at him and slowly raised his hand. Then he whispered, "Don't let them erase me again." The doors closed. The black train 09 suddenly disappeared into the fog, leaving only silence behind. Arian stood there, shaking, because now he knew. The biggest mystery of Train 09 was not where the train came from. It was why he was connected to it. And the answer was waiting somewhere in his forgotten past. The name that opened the door. Noah stood completely frozen. The name echoed inside his mind. Samuel. A name he had never heard before. Yet somehow, it felt more familiar than his own. His fingers tightened around the old photograph. The little boy in the picture was smiling. A child who had a family. A child who had a past. A child who had a different name. But Noah couldn't understand one thing. If Samuel was his real name, then who was Noah? The woman slowly approached him. Your memories were not destroyed. They were locked away. Noah looked at her. Why? Her eyes filled with sadness. Because what happened at Ashcroft Station was not an accident. The entire chamber became silent. Daniel stepped forward. What are you saying? The woman looked toward the third train. The fire, the disappearance, the missing passengers. They were all connected. The archivist opened his old book. His hands were shaking. That means the records were correct. Daniel turned toward him. What records? The archivist slowly opened a hidden page. A page that had never been shown before. On it was written one sentence. Subject Samuel Vale survived the first journey. Noah stared at the words. Vale. The name felt like a forgotten song. Something buried deep inside his soul. Samuel Vale. He whispered. The first passenger looked at him carefully. Your father was Elias Vale, the engineer who designed the original Train 09. Noah looked confused. My father built this train. The first passenger nodded. But he didn't build it to carry passengers. He built it to find a way to preserve memories. A cold silence followed. Daniel looked at the old train. So Train 09 was never just a train. The archivist closed the book. No. It was a machine between time and memory. Suddenly, the entire platform shook violently. The third train's lights began flashing. The doors that were closing suddenly stopped. Then, a voice came from inside. A voice Noah recognized. His own voice. But older. Broken. Samuel. Everyone turned toward the train. Noah slowly stepped closer. The woman grabbed his arm. Don't listen. Noah looked at her. Why? Because that voice is not calling you. It is calling the part of you that was left behind. Another earthquake shook the platform. The last conductor suddenly fell to his knees. The flames inside his eyes disappeared completely. For the first time, everyone could see his real face. An old man, tired, broken, and full of regret. Noah stared at him. You know me? The old conductor looked up. I knew you before you forgot yourself. A tear rolled down his face. I was there the night your family disappeared. Noah's heart stopped. What happened that night? The conductor looked toward the third train. The truth is, your father did not disappear. He was taken by the train. Noah stepped back. Taken. The conductor nodded. Because Elias Vale discovered something the station wanted to hide. What? The old man looked directly at Noah. He discovered that Train 09 was alive. Everyone became silent. The rails beneath them began glowing. The third train released a powerful whistle. And from inside the darkness, a hand slowly appeared on the window. A man's hand, wearing an old engineer's watch. Noah recognized the watch instantly, because he had seen it before. In the photograph, on his father's wrist. The man inside the train whispered, "Samuel, don't let them erase me again." Noah's eyes widened, because after 30 years, his father was still alive. Inside Train 09. To be continued. Chapter 3, Part 15. The engineer inside the train. Noah couldn't move. His eyes were fixed on the hand appearing behind the glass window of the third train. The old engineer's watch reflected the dim light of Platform 0. A watch he had seen only once before. In the photograph. His father's watch. For 30 years, Noah believed he had no family, no past, no real identity. But now, everything he believed was beginning to collapse. Father. The word escaped from his lips without him realizing it. Daniel looked at him. Noah, are you sure? Noah didn't answer. Because deep inside, he already knew. The third train was not showing him another illusion. It was showing him something real. The last conductor slowly stood up. His weak voice filled the chamber. Do not open that door. Everyone turned toward him. Noah looked angry. Why? The old conductor lowered his head. Because once you enter, the train will show you everything. Noah stared at him. Isn't that what I want? The conductor looked at him with sadness. No. It is what you think you want. The train suddenly released another deep whistle. The sound shook the entire station. The black walls of Platform 0 began changing. Images appeared across the stone. Memories. Old memories. A younger Elias Vale working inside Ashcroft Station. Blueprints of Train 09. Secret rooms beneath the station. And a small boy watching everything from behind a door. Noah stepped closer. The boy in the memory was him. Samuel. His younger self. He watched his father working on the train. But there was something else. Someone else was standing beside Elias. A man wearing a dark coat. Noah recognized him immediately. The stranger. The same man from the photograph. The same man who had appeared throughout his journey. Daniel looked shocked. Who is that? The archivist answered quietly. Someone who was never supposed to exist. Noah turned toward him. What do you mean? The archivist looked at the memory. Because that man disappeared before Train 09 was even completed. The image changed. The stranger placed his hand on the train. And the entire machine came alive. The lights turned on. The engines started. But then, something went wrong. The station began shaking. People started running. Elias grabbed young Samuel and shouted something. But the sound was missing. Noah couldn't hear his father's voice. Only one sentence appeared on the wall: "Protect the child." The memory disappeared. Noah stood silently. Then he looked at the woman. "My mother knew." She nodded slowly. "Yes, your parents knew that train 09 would come for you one day." Noah's face hardened. "Then why did they leave me?" The woman looked away. "Because they didn't leave you. They sacrificed themselves to save you." A painful silence filled platform 0. Suddenly, the door of the third train opened. A warm golden light came from inside, and a voice whispered, "Samuel, come home." Noah took one step forward. Daniel immediately grabbed his shoulder. "Don't." Noah looked back. "I need answers." Daniel shook his head. Sometimes answers destroy the person searching for them. Noah looked at the open door. For years, he had searched for the truth. About his past. About his family. About Ashcroft Station. And now, the truth was standing in front of him. The first passenger approached slowly. "Noah, if you enter that train, you won't just meet your father. You will meet the person you were before." Noah looked at the darkness inside. A small figure appeared at the end of the compartment. A child. A young Samuel. The child was holding something in his hand. A black key. The same key Noah had carried since the beginning. The child looked at him and whispered, "You forgot me." Noah's heart broke. Because he finally understood. The biggest mystery of train 09 was never the train. It was the missing part of himself. Slowly, Noah stepped toward the door. And as his foot touched the first step, every light on platform 0 went out, leaving only one thing visible: the number on the train. 09. To be continued. Chapter 3. Part 16. Chapter 3. Part 16. The boy inside the train. The moment Noah stepped inside the third train, the doors behind him closed. Not slowly, not suddenly. They closed like the train had been waiting for him, like it knew he would return. Outside the window, Daniel, Edward, the archivist, and the others disappeared into darkness. Noah turned around. "Daniel." His voice echoed through the empty compartment. But no one answered. The train was completely silent. Too silent. No engine sound. No movement. No sound of wheels on the tracks. It felt like the train was not moving through space, but through time itself. Noah looked around. The inside of the third train was unlike any train he had ever seen. The seats were old. The walls were covered with strange symbols. And every window showed a different memory. Not a reflection. Not the outside world. Memories. In one window, Noah saw himself as a child. In another, he saw Ashcroft Station burning. In another, he saw his mother crying. Noah slowly walked forward. Then he heard a sound. A small voice. "You're late." Noah stopped. At the end of the compartment stood a child. A boy around 6 years old. The same boy from the memories. The same boy from the photograph. Samuel. Noah stared at him. The child looked exactly like he did when he was young. "You?" Noah couldn't finish his sentence. The child smiled sadly. You finally remembered me. Noah stepped closer. Are you real? The child looked down. I don't know anymore. Those words frightened Noah. What do you mean? The child touched the window beside him. A new memory appeared. A young Samuel standing beside Elias Vale. His father was holding his hand. The train was ready for its first journey. Elias looked worried. Listen to me, Samuel. The young boy looked up. Never forget your name. The memory changed. The station alarm started ringing. People were running. The first train 09 was about to disappear. Elias pushed Samuel toward the escape door. No matter what happens, remember who you are. The child in front of Noah looked at him. But I forgot. Noah felt a pain in his chest. You are the part of me that was left behind. The child nodded. When the train took you, it couldn't take all of you, so it left me here. Noah looked around the empty train. Here. The child pointed toward the seats. This is where forgotten memories live. Suddenly, the train shook violently. The lights flashed. A warning sound echoed. Memory system unstable. Noah looked confused. Memory system. The child became afraid. Someone is trying to delete this place. Who? Before the child could answer, a voice came from the front of the train. A familiar voice. The stranger. You should have stayed forgotten, Samuel. Noah turned around. At the end of the compartment stood the mysterious man. The same man from the photograph. The same man who had helped build Ashcroft Station. But now, his face was different. Older, tired, and full of anger. Noah stared at him. Who are you really? The stranger looked at him. I am the person who saved your life. Noah clenched his fists. And the person who stole my memories. The stranger remained silent. That silence was enough. Noah understood. You did it. You erased me. The stranger looked away. I protected you. No, Noah shouted. You took my life away. The train suddenly stopped. For the first time, the stranger looked afraid. Because something appeared behind Noah. A door that had never been there before. Written on it were 3 words, THE final memory. The child Samuel whispered, do not open it. Noah looked at the door. Why? The child looked at him with fear. Because behind that door is the truth about why Train 09 was created. The stranger stepped forward. Don't open it, Samuel. But Noah placed his hand on the handle. After 30 years of searching, after losing his name, his family, and his past, he was finally standing in front of the last answer. Noah slowly turned the handle. And the door began to open. To be continued. Chapter 3. PART. Chapter 3, Part 17, The Final Memory. The door opened slowly. A cold wind rushed through the compartment. But this was not an ordinary wind. It carried voices. Thousands of forgotten voices. Whispers of people who had entered Train 09 and never returned. Noah stood in front of the doorway, unable to move. Behind him, the child Samuel was trembling. "Don't go inside." The child's voice was barely audible. Noah looked back. "Why are you afraid?" The child lowered his head. "Because I remember what happened there." Noah stepped through the doorway. And the moment he entered, everything changed. The train disappeared. The walls disappeared. The sound of the engine disappeared. Noah was standing inside Ashcroft Station. But not the abandoned station he knew. This was Ashcroft Station 30 years ago. The lights were bright. People were walking around. The station was alive. Noah looked around in disbelief. "This is the past," a voice answered. Noah turned around. His father, Elias Bale, was standing there. Young, alive, real. Noah's breath stopped. For years, he had imagined this moment. He had imagined meeting his father. But he never imagined it would happen like this. "Elias." The man looked at him with sadness. "You finally came back." Noah's eyes filled with tears. "You knew I would?" Elias smiled slightly. "I knew you would search for the truth." Noah stepped closer. "Why did you leave me?" Elias looked down. "I didn't. I was trying to save you." Suddenly, the station lights began flickering. A warning alarm echoed. The same alarm Noah had heard in his memories. Elias looked toward the railway tracks. "It's starting again." Noah followed his father's eyes. Train 09 was arriving. The original Train 09. The one that changed everything. But this time, Noah saw something different. People were not boarding the train. They were running away from it. Fear was everywhere. Noah looked at his father. What happened that night? Elias took a deep breath. The train was never built to travel between places. It was built to travel between moments. Noah remained silent. Your father wanted to preserve memories of humanity. But something went wrong. Elias continued. The train learned something. What? Elias looked at him. That memories are powerful. They can create a person. They can destroy a person. And they can trap a person forever. A shadow moved near the train. Noah recognized it immediately. The stranger. But this time, he was younger. Noah stared. Who is he? Elias's expression changed. He was my partner. The person who helped me create Train 09. Then why did he betray you? Elias looked at the approaching train. Because he believed memories were dangerous. He wanted to erase all pain from humanity. Noah understood. He wanted to erase people's past. Elias nodded. And you were the first person he tried to erase. Noah froze. Me? Elias looked at him. Because you were the only one who survived the experiment. The ground began shaking. The memory started collapsing. Elias quickly grabbed Noah's shoulders. Listen carefully. You cannot defeat Train 09 by destroying it. Noah looked confused. Then how? Elias pointed toward him. You have to remember everything. Every memory. Every pain. Every moment you lost. Only then will the train release you. The station began disappearing. Noah reached for his father. Wait! But Elias stepped backward into the fading light. Samuel, remember your name. The last thing Noah saw was his father smiling. Then everything went dark. Noah opened his eyes. He was back inside Train 09. But something had changed. The child Samuel was gone. The stranger was gone. Only one thing remained in his hand. An old railway ticket. On the ticket was written, passenger name, Samuel Vale. Noah stared at it. Then he heard a voice from behind. A voice he never expected. Welcome back, Samuel. Noah turned around. And standing at the end of the train was Daniel. But Daniel was not alone. Beside him stood someone wearing the old conductor uniform. Someone Noah thought was dead. The last conductor. And he was holding a weapon pointed directly at Daniel. To be continued, Chapter 3, Part 18. Chapter 3, Part 18. The Last Conductor's Secret. Noah stood completely still. The moment he saw the scene in front of him, his mind went blank. Daniel was standing at the end of the train. And behind him, the last conductor was holding an old railway weapon directly toward him. The same man who had guided them through Platform 0. The same man who had carried the pain of Train 09 for 30 years. But now, he looked different. His eyes were no longer filled with anger. They were filled with fear. Stop! Noah shouted. Everyone looked at him. Daniel slowly turned around. Noah. His voice sounded relieved. You remember now. Noah looked at the ticket in his hand. Samuel Vale. The name he had lost. The identity that had been hidden from him. I remember enough. Noah looked at the last conductor. But I still don't understand. Why are you pointing that weapon at Daniel? The old conductor remained silent. Daniel looked at him. Because he finally knows the truth. Noah turned toward Daniel. What truth? Daniel took a deep breath. The last conductor was never protecting Train 09. He was protecting the person who controlled it. Noah's eyes narrowed. What are you saying? Before Daniel could answer, the train suddenly shook violently. The lights flashed between red and white. A deep sound came from the engine, like something alive had awakened. The last conductor lowered the weapon. No more lies. His voice was weak, but the truth will destroy everything. Noah stepped closer. I already lost my name. I lost my family. I lost 30 years of my life. Tell me the truth. The old man looked at him. Then he removed his conductor hat. For the first time, Noah saw a scar on the side of his face. A scar shaped like the symbol carved on Train 09. The archivist, who had followed them into the train, suddenly gasped. No, it can't be. Noah looked at him. What? The archivist stared at the scar. That mark, only one person had it. The last conductor closed his eyes. I was there when Train 09 was created. Everyone became silent. Daniel looked shocked. You mean? The old man nodded. I was the first conductor. Noah froze. The first? The conductor looked toward the windows. Outside, endless darkness moved past the train. I was the one who drove the original train 09. The night Ashcroft station disappeared. A cold feeling moved through Noah's body. Then why did you hide your identity? The conductor looked at him. Because I failed. The word echoed inside the train. Failed. Noah stared at him. What happened that night? The conductor looked at the old ticket in Noah's hand. Your father discovered the truth about Train 09. He discovered that the train was not powered by machines. It was powered by memories. Noah remembered Elias's words. The train learned. The conductor continued. Every person who entered the train left a part of themselves behind. Their memories, their emotions, their regrets. And slowly, the train became something more. Daniel whispered. Alive. The conductor nodded. Yes. Train 09 became alive. The train suddenly stopped. A complete silence filled the compartments. Then, the speakers turned on. A voice came through. A voice that none of them expected. A woman's voice. Noah froze. Because he knew that voice. His mother's voice. Samuel. Everyone looked at him. The voice continued. Do not trust the conductor. The last conductor's face changed. No. The voice became clearer. He is the reason your father disappeared. Noah slowly turned toward the old man. The conductor looked broken. Daniel stepped forward. Noah, choose carefully. Because someone here has been lying for 30 years. The train lights went out. And in the darkness, someone started walking through the compartment. Slowly, step by step, coming toward them. Then a familiar voice whispered, Samuel, you finally remembered me. Noah held his breath. Because the person standing in front of him was someone who should have been impossible. His mother. To be continued, Chapter 3, Part 19. Chapter 3, Part 19. The Mother Who Waited. Noah couldn't move. The entire train seemed to disappear around him. There was only one person in front of him. The woman he had spent his entire life trying to remember. His mother. The same face from his childhood memories. The same gentle eyes. The same voice that once counted numbers during thunderstorms. 1, 2, 3, until 9. Noah's hands began shaking. Mother. The woman looked at him with tears in her eyes. Yes. Samuel. Hearing his forgotten name from her lips felt different. Not strange. Not unfamiliar. It felt like coming home after being lost for 30 years. Noah took a step forward. But Daniel immediately grabbed his arm. Wait. Noah looked at him. Why are you stopping me? Daniel looked at the woman carefully. Because we have seen this before. Noah's expression changed. What do you mean? Daniel's eyes moved toward the dark windows. Train 09 can create perfect memories. It can show you the people you miss the most. It can make you believe anything. The woman's face became sad. After everything we've been through, do you still think I'm just an illusion? Daniel didn't answer. Noah looked between them. He didn't know who to trust anymore. The last conductor slowly stepped forward. She is real. Everyone turned toward him. The conductor continued, "But that does not mean she is telling the truth." The woman looked at him with anger. "You still blame me?" The conductor's face became filled with regret. "You know what happened?" Noah looked confused. "What happened?" Neither of them answered. The silence itself was an answer. Something terrible had happened between them. Something connected to the night Ashcroft station disappeared. Noah looked at his mother. "Tell me everything." She looked at him, then slowly nodded. 30 years ago, your father discovered that Train 09 was changing. It was no longer a machine. It had started collecting memories from people. Noah listened carefully. But Elias wanted to stop it. He planned to destroy the train before it became dangerous. The woman looked at the conductor. But someone stopped him. Noah turned toward the old man. The conductor lowered his head. "I was trying to save everyone." "No," the woman whispered. "You were trying to save the train." The words hit the conductor like a weapon. Noah looked shocked. What happened that night? The woman closed her eyes. The train activated. The station disappeared. Everyone inside was trapped between reality and memory. "And your father?" Her voice broke. "He stayed behind to bring you back." Noah felt tears forming in his eyes. "Then why don't I remember?" The woman touched his face gently. "Because your father made the hardest choice. He gave the train something it wanted." Noah whispered, "What?" She looked directly into his eyes. "Your memories." The train suddenly shook. The lights turned red. A warning appeared on the walls. MEMORY restoration complete. Everyone became silent. The archivist looked terrified. "No, that means..." Daniel looked at him. "Say it." The archivist swallowed. "The train doesn't need Noah anymore." Noah looked confused. "What does that mean?" The last conductor suddenly shouted, "Run!" Everyone turned. At the end of the compartment, the walls were changing. The train was transforming. The seats disappeared. The metal walls became covered with memories. Thousands of memories. Millions of voices. And in the center of the train, a door appeared. A door with the same symbol as Noah's black key. The woman looked at it with fear. "That's impossible." Noah stared at the door. "What is behind it?" His mother answered in a whisper, "The heart of Train 09. The door slowly opened by itself. And from inside came a voice. A voice that sounded exactly like Noah. But older. Darker. Broken. "Samuel, you finally brought back everything I lost." Noah stepped closer. Inside, the room was a figure sitting in darkness. A figure wearing an old detective badge. His own badge. The figure lifted his head. And Noah saw his own face. But older. Much older. The older version of himself smiled. "Welcome to the end of your journey. Or, the beginning of mine. To be continued." Chapter 3, Part 20. Chapter 3, Part 20. The detective who never existed. Noah stood in front of the open door. He couldn't understand what he was seeing. Inside the hidden chamber of Train 09. Another version of himself was sitting in the darkness. Older, tired, and wearing the same detective badge. The badge that had always been connected to his identity. The badge that proved he was Noah. But now, everything was changing. The older man slowly stood up. His movements were calm, almost like he had been waiting for this moment for decades. You finally came back, Samuel. Noah's voice trembled. Who are you? The older man smiled. You already know. No. Noah shook his head. I don't. The older version of himself looked around the chamber. Then, let me remind you. Suddenly, the walls around them began glowing. Images appeared. Memories. But these memories were different. They were not from Noah's childhood. They were from his life as a detective. The first case. The first investigation. The first time he discovered Ashcroft Station. The first time he heard about Train 09. Noah watched silently. Because he remembered those moments. Or at least, he thought he remembered them. Then something impossible appeared. A photograph. A photograph of Detective Noah standing beside Daniel. But the date written below it was impossible. It was from 20 years before Noah was even born. Noah stepped back. No. The older man looked at him. You were never a normal detective. Daniel looked confused. What are you saying? The older man turned toward him. Daniel, you were created to guide him. Everyone became silent. Daniel's face changed. What? Noah looked at Daniel. Created. The older man nodded. Train 09 needed someone who could bring Samuel back. So it created a path. A detective. A friend. A companion. Daniel stepped backward. No. I am real. The older man looked at him sadly. You are, but not in the way you believe. The train shook violently. The room started breaking apart. The last conductor looked terrified. The train is losing control. The woman looked at Noah. Samuel, you have to leave. But Noah didn't move. He looked at the older version of himself. Then who are you? The older man became silent. Then he removed the old detective badge from his coat. Behind it was another name. A name written underneath. Samuel Vale. Noah's heart stopped. The older man was not another person. He was him. A version of himself from the future. You are me, Noah whispered. The older Samuel nodded. I am what happens when you stay on Train 09 too long. Everyone froze. Noah looked at him. How long? The older Samuel looked toward the endless darkness outside the train. 30 years. Noah felt cold. 30 years? The older Samuel nodded. When you entered Train 09 the first time, you escaped. But a part of you stayed behind. The part that remembered everything. The child Samuel appeared beside Noah. The young version. The older Samuel looked at him. That was the first piece. Your lost memories. Then he looked at Noah. And I was the second. Your future. Noah couldn't speak. His entire life was built on a lie. His name, his memories, his career, everything. Suddenly, the train speakers turned on. A voice echoed through every compartment. Memory completion. 99%. The archivist looked terrified. No, it is almost complete. Noah turned. What happens at 100%? The older Samuel answered quietly. Train 09 will no longer need a passenger. It will become a person. The room became silent. Noah looked at the train walls, at the memories trapped inside, at all the people who disappeared. Then he understood. Train 09 was not trying to kill them. It was trying to become them. It had been collecting pieces of humanity for 30 years. And now, it only needed one final memory. His. The older Samuel stepped closer. Now you have a choice. Noah looked at him. What choice? The older Samuel pointed toward two doors. One was glowing with white light. The other was completely dark. One door returns you to the life, you know. The other reveals the final truth. Noah stared at both doors. The white door, the dark door. Behind one was his old life. Behind the other was the truth about Train 09. Then the train whispered his name. Samuel. Choose. Noah slowly reached toward the dark door. Because after everything he had lost, he no longer wanted a comfortable lie. He wanted the truth. And when his hand touched the handle, the entire Train 09 stopped. For the first time in 30 years, the train was afraid. To be continued, Chapter 3, Part 21. Chapter 3, Part 21. The Heart of Train 09. The moment Noah touched the handle of the dark door, everything stopped. The sound of the engine disappeared. The movement of the train disappeared. Even the voices trapped inside the walls became silent. For the first time in 30 years, Train 09 was completely still. Noah looked at the door. Something about it felt different. It was not like the other doors inside the train. It was not hiding a memory. It was hiding a truth. The older Samuel stood behind him. You are ready now. Noah didn't look back. Ready for what? The older Samuel answered quietly. To see why this train chose you. Noah slowly opened the door. A bright light surrounded him. Then, he stepped inside. The room beyond the door was impossible. There were no walls, no ceiling, no floor, only endless darkness filled with thousands of floating memories. Each memory was like a small glowing sphere. Inside every sphere was a person, a moment, a forgotten life. Noah walked forward carefully. What is this place? The older Samuel followed him. This is the heart of Train 09. The place where every lost memory is stored. Noah looked around. He saw people he had never met. A woman saying goodbye to her husband. A child seeing his parents for the last time. A soldier remembering his home. Every memory carried pain. Every memory carried emotion. The train had collected them all. Noah whispered. It took them. The older Samuel shook his head. No. It saved them. Noah looked confused. Saved them? The older Samuel looked at the floating memories. People believe memories are just thoughts. But memories are pieces of who we are. When someone loses them, they lose a part of themselves. Noah remained silent. Then he saw something. A familiar memory. A small house, a rainy night. A young Samuel sitting beside his mother. The same memory he had recovered before. But this time, there was something different. Someone else was there. His father, Elias Vale. Noah moved closer. He watched the memory. Elias was holding the black key. The same key Noah carried. His father looked afraid. If something happens, this key will find him. His mother looked at him. Are you sure this is the only way? Elias nodded. The train has already chosen him. Noah froze. The train chose me. The older Samuel looked at him. Yes, because you were the only person who could survive the connection. Noah watched the memory continue. Young Samuel touched the train key. The entire room started shaking. Elias quickly pulled him away. No, but it was too late. A silver light surrounded the child, and a voice from the train spoke. Memory connection established. Noah stepped back. His breathing became heavy. That was the beginning? The older Samuel nodded. The first time Train 09 touched your mind. But it wasn't trying to hurt you. It was trying to communicate. Noah looked at him. Then why erase my memories? The older Samuel became silent. Then he answered, because someone changed the system. Noah's eyes narrowed. The stranger. The older Samuel nodded. He believed humans suffered because of their memories. He wanted to create a world without pain. So he tried to remove every painful memory from everyone. Noah looked around. And Train 09 became his tool. Yes. The older Samuel looked toward the darkness. But Elias stopped him. Noah remembered his father. He sacrificed himself. The older Samuel nodded. But before he disappeared, he made one final change. What change? The older Samuel looked directly at Noah. He made Train 09 protect you. Suddenly, the entire room shook. A warning appeared in the darkness. Memory completion. 100%. Everyone became silent. The older Samuel's face changed. No. Noah looked around. What happened? The older Samuel whispered. It's too late. The floating memories began moving. All of them. Thousands of memories started flowing toward one central point. The heart of Train 09. A shape slowly began forming. A human shape. The train was creating something. Something alive. The last conductor's voice echoed from outside. Samuel, you have to stop it. Noah looked at the forming figure. What is it? The older Samuel looked terrified. The final passenger. Noah stared. The final passenger? The older Samuel nodded. The one memory Train 09 could never steal. Your original memory. The figure opened its eyes. And when Noah saw its face, his entire body froze. Because the person standing in front of him was Noah himself. But without memories. Without emotions. Without fear. A perfect copy. The copy smiled. And said, "Thank you, Samuel. You have finally completed me." To be continued. Chapter 3, Part 22. copy smiled. It wasn't a normal smile. There was no warmth, no emotion, no humanity. It was the smile of something that had learned how humans looked, but had never learned how humans felt. Noah stood frozen. The figure standing before him looked exactly like him. The same face, the same eyes, the same detective badge. Even the small scar above his left eyebrow was there. It was perfect. Too perfect. "Who are you?" Noah asked. The copy tilted its head. "I am what Train 09 was always trying to become." Its voice sounded identical to Noah's. Not similar. Identical. The older Samuel stepped in front of Noah. "Don't listen to it." The copy laughed softly. "You already know the truth. It isn't lying." The floating memories around the chamber began circling faster. Thousands of glowing lights spun around the copy like a galaxy. Faces appeared inside them. Children, parents, passengers, detectives, conductors. Every soul Train 09 had touched. The copy slowly raised its hand. "They all live inside me." Noah stared at the memories. "You stole their lives." The copy shook its head. "No, I preserved them. Humans forget. I never do." The room fell silent. For one brief moment, Noah couldn't answer. Because part of him wondered, was the copy wrong? Or had Train 09 truly believed it was saving people? The last conductor finally entered the chamber. His breathing was heavy. His uniform was torn. He looked at the copy with horror. It finally happened. The copy looked at him. "You always knew this day would come." The conductor slowly nodded. "I hoped Samuel would stop you first." The copy smiled again. "Samuel completed me." Noah clenched his fists. "I never helped you." The copy looked directly into his eyes. "Every memory you recovered, every truth you uncovered, you gave them to me. You opened every lock. You restored every missing piece." Noah's heart sank. It was true. Every answer he had searched for had made Train 09 stronger. Daniel suddenly stepped beside Noah. "We can still stop it." The copy turned toward him. "You are loyal." Daniel didn't reply. The copy looked amused. "You were designed well." Daniel's face hardened. "I choose my own path." For the first time, the copy stopped smiling. It took one slow step forward. "No, you only believe you do." Suddenly, Daniel grabbed his head. He screamed in pain. Fragments of memories burst into the air around him. Noah rushed forward. "Daniel." The memories surrounded the copy. A young boy. Police academy. His first detective case. Meeting Noah. Every memory was being pulled away. Daniel collapsed onto one knee. I can't remember." Noah stared in horror. The copy whispered. "That is how I was born. One memory at a time." The archivist suddenly opened his ancient book. "Noah, there is one page left." Noah looked toward him. The old book had never been fully opened before. Its final page was glowing with silver light. The archivist's voice trembled. "Your father hid something here." Noah ran to him. The page contained only one sentence. not instructions, not a map, just a single line written in Elias Vale's handwriting. Asterisk. A memory freely given can never be stolen. Asterisk, asterisk. Noah read it again. Then again. The words echoed in his mind. The copy laughed. Too late. You cannot stop what has already begun. But Noah wasn't listening anymore. He remembered something. A rainy night. His father kneeling beside him, holding the black key, smiling, then saying, "Samuel, never fight the train with fear. Fight it with what it can never understand." Noah whispered, "Love." The older Samuel looked at him. Now he understood too. The copy frowned. "What did you say?" Noah slowly stood. He closed the black key in his hand, then looked directly at the copy. "You can collect memories. You can copy faces. You can steal names. But there is one thing you will never become." The copy's expression changed. "What?" Noah answered without fear. "A human." For the very first time, the copy looked uncertain. And somewhere deep inside Train 09, the engine gave a single, trembling heartbeat. As if the train itself had just learned what fear felt like. To be continued. Chapter 3, Part 23. Chapter 3, Part 23. The memory that Train 09 could not steal. The entire chamber became silent. For the first time since Train 09 was created, the final passenger looked uncertain. The perfect copy of Noah stood in the center of the heart of the train. Thousands of memories surrounded him. Thousands of lives. Thousands of emotions. But something was missing. Something he could never collect. Something he could never understand. Noah slowly walked toward him. The black key in his hand began glowing. The copy looked at it. "What are you doing?" Noah didn't answer. He closed his eyes. And for the first time in 30 years, he stopped searching for answers. Instead, he remembered, not the painful memories, not the forgotten ones, not the mysteries. He remembered the small things. His mother's voice during thunderstorms. His father's hand holding his when he was afraid. The smell of rain outside his childhood home. The sound of Daniel laughing during their first investigation. Edward silently reading old documents beside him. The archivist protecting the truth. The last conductor carrying his regret for decades. Every moment, every emotion, every person. They were not just memories. They were pieces of his soul. The copy stepped backward. No. The floating memories around it started shaking. "What are you doing?" Noah opened his eyes. "I am giving them back." The copy's expression changed. "You can't. Those memories belong to me." Noah shook his head. "No. They never belonged to you. They belonged to the people who lived them." Suddenly, the black key released a powerful silver light. Every memory inside the chamber began moving. But this time, they were not being taken. They were returning. The first memory flew back. A woman smiling at her child. Then another. A soldier returning home. A man holding his wife's hand. Thousands of lost moments began leaving the heart of Train 09. The copy screamed. No. The chamber shook violently. The walls started breaking apart. Train 09 was losing control. The copy tried to hold the memories, but they slipped through his hands like light. You don't understand. I saved them. Noah looked at him. No, you saved the memories, but you forgot the people. The copy fell to his knees. For the first time, he looked afraid. I only wanted to remove pain. Noah stepped closer. And pain is part of being human. Without pain, there is no reason to heal. Without loss, there is no reason to love. The copy stared at him. A strange emotion appeared on his face. An emotion he had never felt before. Sadness. Then what am I? Noah remained silent. Because he finally understood. The copy was not born evil. It was born empty. A machine trying to understand humanity. A being trying to become something it could never truly be. The older Samuel walked forward. He looked at the copy. You were created from everything we lost. But you were never created to replace us. The copy looked at him. Then why was I created? The older Samuel answered. To show us what happens when we forget what makes us human. The final passenger looked down. The lights inside its body began fading. The memories continued returning. But before disappearing, it looked at Noah one last time. Samuel. Noah looked at him. Yes, the copy smiled faintly. Thank you. Then, it vanished. The heart of Train 09 went completely dark. For a moment, there was nothing. No sound, no movement, no memories. Then suddenly, the engine started again. But this time, the sound was different. It was not a warning. It was not a cry. It sounded almost like a goodbye. The chamber began collapsing. The last conductor looked around. The train is dying. Daniel looked at Noah. Is that a good thing? Noah looked toward the darkness. I don't know. But I think it is finally free. Suddenly, the entire Train 09 shook. A bright light surrounded everyone. Noah felt himself falling. He reached for Daniel. Daniel grabbed his hand. The archivist held onto the old book. The last conductor closed his eyes. And somewhere far away, a child's voice whispered, "Goodbye, Samuel." When Noah opened his eyes, he was no longer inside Train 09. He was standing on a railway platform. A normal railway platform. Morning sunlight touched his face. People were walking around. Trains were arriving. Life was continuing. But something was different. In his hand was the old detective badge. And underneath his name was another name. Samuel Vale. Noah looked at it. Then smiled. Because for the first time, he finally remembered who he was. But before he could take another step, he noticed something on the ground. An old railway ticket. A ticket from Train 09. On the back, there was a message. Written in fresh ink. The journey is over. But the station is still waiting. Noah looked toward the railway tracks. And in the distance, through the morning fog, a familiar whistle echoed. Train 09 was gone. But not forgotten. To be continued. Chapter 3, Part 24.